No, not that type of catfish. I'm talking about fresh filleted catfish, ITB. So I just caught this stuff. This stuff is looking amazing. I'm going to show you how to do this amazing recipe. It's very basic, one of my easiest ones. Everybody in the world knows how to do this. And yeah, you're going to cook some catfish fillets with me. Already filleted them and everything. Got my decent knife here. One thing I want to point out is you could fry them with vegetable oil, you know, on the stove. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I was deciding or trying to determine what pan I was going to use. Instead of the iron skillet, the Lodge one of mine, I'm just going to use a copper bottom frying pan. So just a basic copper bottom frying pan. I'm going to do some asparagus with it. I've got some meat we ground earlier in that. But yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do this one of the easiest ways. Got my little fish cutting little tab here. And after I cut these guys up, you know, so many people are going to want to do different things. You can spice them or give them your seasoning, but I like to do it a specific way. I want to start with a little bit of olive oil. I'm just going to turn the stove on here. Gas flames always work better than electric stoves. I prefer electric. I miss my other properties, GE profile appliances with a nice gas stove and over the stove range and whatnot. Get that guy nice and warmed up. Add some olive oil to him. All right. So we got some olive oil in there. We're going to do our lemon next. And we're just going to put our fillets on in. Now, as I said before, you might want to salt them or do any kind of seasoning you'd like to it. Just using some regular, good old olive oil, robust. It's not the stuff that I like to use out of the can. I like to buy a big gallon-sized can of it normally, but this will do just fine. So you can see that's getting nice and hot there. I'm just going to use a generic, basic type of seasoning. So I'm just going to use the Old Bay type stuff. This is very, very cheap and inexpensive and readily available. Just going to spice up my fish, give it some seasoning here. Catfish fillets, mind you. That's definitely getting nice and hot. We got our splatter screen we can put on there from IKEA as well. Didn't use the nice IKEA pan because I just didn't want things to... wanted it to properly cook. You know, they say with the copper bottoms that it disperses the heat properly a little bit better. So you can see that oil is ready to go. Just going to flip the fish over real quick. Turn that guy down. And I'm going to season the other side of this. So once I got the other side seasoned, I'm just going to throw these catfish fillets on in the stove like such. Not going to bread them. Not going with any breading this time. And then I'm going to actually add a little bit more oil to the mix. I like to use the olive oil. It's healthier, so we'll just go with the olive oil. You can just apply it right to the fish or the pan. It's up to you. This is going to get flipped over anyways, so I'll make sure there's a decent amount in there so your fish isn't sticking to the pan though. So I have a problem with using a cast iron one. You know, they're nice. They accumulate the taste on there, but copper bottom's nice too. It disperses the heat evenly and whatnot. And this is a good old pan of mine from 20 plus years ago, so don't think we're going to have any problems with it. Anyway, the asparagus is pretty simple. That's her job. She's just going to put that in the oven, let it bake for like 20-25 minutes, and it'll be good to go. So we'll have our Friday fish fry. So after I did all my seasoning and stuff, just going to slice a lemon on up. And immediately, as soon as the lemon is all sliced up, the sharper the knife, the better. Believe it or not, I've got a few knives. And the Gerber blade, that or the Benchmade, is actually one of the nicest ones to use when you're doing this out in the field. Not at home, though. You don't want to use a generic knife like that. Okay, we're going to place the onions on in there. Lemons. We can even do that guy if we want. Not the best idea, but we'll even put the peels in. Then we're going to pour all the juice from this cutting board type deal. I'll squeeze these guys on up over here like this. Alright, I'll give it a nice lemon flavor. Perfect. Mind you, I got the flame on almost extremely low too, so usually with most type of things like this, you know, slower you cook them the better over the longer period of time. Faster you cook them, the easier they're going to burn and whatnot, but slower you cook it, it's going to disperse the heat better too, so evenly cook it. If the fish is too thick, depends on how you fillet it and what knife you use, but if you cut them thinner, like I could have cut these in half long ways, you know, like that. It would have made them a little thinner, so easier to cook or faster, but the thicker the fish also too, the thicker the cut, thicker the fillet, the better it's going to taste, the juicier it's going to be inside too. So I'm just going to throw these on in the pan and yeah, let these cook with it. And we're going to have some great lemon tasting fish go around afterwards. Alright. Like I said, I'm going to save some of my lemon, not onion here, and then we're going to go ahead and pour that on in as well. Might add some salt and pepper too, depending on your taste. That's up to you. That can be done afterwards, though. This type of seasoning actually kind of cooks well into the fish. Like I said, we could have gone with some breading, either a beer batter or a regular breading, you know, but yeah, we're not going to do that. Next, I'm going to actually show you how to do the fish with the beer batter, but not in this video. We're not going to do it, so we'll just stick to the regular, good old fried lemon recipe. Oh, we actually got a good recipe for the chicken as well for breading that. It's a little bit old, but looks pretty good with some ranch on there. Yeah, it turned out pretty well, the chicken breast. Oh, he likes that. Yum, yum. So there you have it, folks. We're just cooking on up the stuff still. Let that simmer real low. And adding olive oil if you need to. If the pan starts to dry up, you can add it. But I don't like drowning the shit in oil. So next thing, we're going to add a tiny bit of balsamic vinegar. It's going to give it a unique taste. I'm just going to pour a tiny bit in here. Right in the pan, not on the fish. Just in the pan like that. It's going to give it a unique taste. It's going to actually suspend inside the pan with the oils too. So that should simmer for a little bit and we should continue on here. Okay, you want to take what's called a fish spatula. It's actually one that's very large, you know, long like that, so you can kind of get under there and flip the fish over. We're going to check underneath it and see how we're doing. And we're nowhere near ready yet to flip, so kind of like a burger, guys. You only need one good flip on these things, and you should be ready to go. You might want to move your pan around a little bit to disperse the heat if it's not a copper bottom, but even if it is, you're going to want to kind of move that pan around just a tad bit so that it evenly cooks the entire bottom of the fish. Like such. So, we're looking good soon. We're getting ready to flip. Now be careful when you flip this because you could splatter grease everywhere too. And I'm going to pull out the good old IKEA grease splatter screen right here. So you can see it's got this little thing that goes on there and it just sits above the pan and I won't splatter grease all over the place. So, give that an extra couple of minutes, guys. You're not going to want to do more than 10-15 minutes on each side. And after that, you know, you can kind of check in the center like you do some meat or just check on the other side. I'm pretty good at knowing. Every Friday we do a fish fry here. So I'm pretty good at knowing what it's supposed to look like and how long it takes. But you know, just make sure you're not getting brown yet and it looks, you know, a decent white color. And flip her on after that. So let this guy simmer for a little bit more and go from there. So he is getting pretty excited and waiting too. Fish is one of the healthiest foods to eat, guys. It's got the natural, you know, the natural fish oils in there and whatnot. So many antioxidants inside fish. It's just a really good food that the body needs to really, a ton of protein, really to digest that protein and metabolize it in a healthy manner. So here you go. Here's how one side of it should look. That guy was ready to flip. This guy's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to wait on him a few minutes here, but that's how pretty much it should look. And it's going to be a pretty solid cook on one side, so just let that guy go a little bit and we should be good. You know, there's almost not a healthier meal than fish and asparagus. They both are extremely healthy. You know, fish is loaded with the nutrients and the protein and vitamin D, but it is the biggest source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are important for the body and brain. There's so many different benefits of doing it, guys. So many of the fish. All right, an easy way to tell. I did this for you guys. I split my filet down the middle for you to show you that that is a good example of a not evenly cooked yet. So that is nowhere near done yet. But an easy way to determine that is to kind of cut her down the middle right there and see if she's fully cooked in the center. Just like you would meat, to be able to really check to see if it is done yet. This guy is ready to flip on over, so I'm going to give him a flip real quick. I'll do it for you guys so you can watch me. Well, it's not too hard. You just got to make sure you're not splattering all over the place. So, just going to pick him up like this and go like that. See, that is perfectly done on that side. I'm going to open him on up too because these fillets are a little big. So we just want to make sure. I did a good job cutting it too. Yep, so we got a good even cook on that side, as you can see. Looking good, guys. Looking real good. Cannot wait, and neither can he. You love fish, don't you? Yes, you do. I know you love the fish. You know, also one of the benefits of the lemon is you can kind of give it a space to kind of sit underneath the fish between it cooks. So that'll not only ensure that it won't really burn the side of the fish, but it'll also kind of infuse the lemon flavor into it as you're cooking it. So there is a benefit to throwing that lemon on in with the fish other than just giving it a lemon taste, but it's not real big. You could add some butter in the pan if you'd like. One of the best ways, one thing I always do is throw a little bit of butter on top of the fish and kind of coat the fish. I didn't do that in this one because it's a little bit more complicated. One of my different recipes for, more of a weaker tasting fish like tilapia, salmon. I sometimes do like that, but cod, Atlantic cod is some of my favorite. But the catfish is great too. I just didn't add the butter with this one, guys. So this guy is almost done. Along with the benefits of fish, guys, it actually may lower your risk of heart attack and strokes. It's such a healthy thing. Also, it contains nutrients that are crucial during development, the omega-3 fatty acids and stuff. DHA is especially important. It accumulates in the brain during development in the eye. So DHA, it also helps the 5-HTP receptors, in the brain. Certain agonists and stuff actually have an impact on inhibiting that when eating fish. While she's checking the asparagus there, looks done. Fish can also increase the gray matter in the brain and protect it from age-relating deterioration. I'm not kidding. So there's that benefit too in Alzheimer's and stuff. Fish may also help prevent and treat depression, I've heard, making you a happier person overall. Well, there's so many different benefits of fish, guys. I think that works by the omega-3 fatty acids are actually a benefit against depression on their own and taken as fish oil. So it's really the only good dietary source of vitamin D. Vitamin D. It's really the only dietary source, the best one. Fish consumption is actually linked, I believe, to reducing the risk of autoimmune diseases too, including type 1 diabetes, actually. So, and it can also help prevent asthma in children. There's so many different benefits of fish, guys, and it may protect vision in old age. Yeah, even as you grow older, it helps with your vision. So we all know about the 5-HTP impacts on there, but it also may improve your sleep quality. So many freaking, benefits to fish, guys. It looks like this is almost done. Check out our asparagus right here.
Does that look done to you?
Looks done to me. Make sure they're nice and crispy. You salted them on up with some olive oil too. Mm-hmm. Everything's good to go, guys. This fish is looking good. Done. Kept our flame real low, and we're good to go. I'm just going to double check this real quick. Yep, perfect. Not sticking or anything. Nope. And we're good. So let's plate our final dinner here and see how she looks. So we got the proper amount of fish out that we need for 2 people. It'll easily feed 2 people, and it's looking good, guys. Look at the white, nice, finalized product we got here. It's not a pretty plating in any way, shape, or form, but it is what we've got here at this location available to us, and it's fresh and healthy. Still got a ton left over, and that asparagus is looking nice. That is looking good, guys. It's going to be healthy, beneficial, and yummy. Check out her plate. Ooh, it's looking good. So there you have it. Thank you for joining us for our Friday fish fry. He's excited too. Can't wait. And our master baiter here. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with a ton more videos. Like if you like this video, and please subscribe.